All right, we're live here, and let's just make sure we're live for a second. I want to get this all adjusted. What you're looking at is a mini power cell. What is a mini power cell? Well, a mini power cell is kind of like a motor. It just runs off of itself. And basically, that's a concept known as fuel cells. And fuel cells, we're going to make sure this is coming through live here. Let's see how it's coming through. There we go. That's us on the big screen over there, if you can see it. I think you can. And what we're talking about right here is this device. And we're going to get a little zoom in. I just got it fresh out of the box. Here she is. Okay. And this is called a mini power cell. It's made by a company called Quanta Magnetics. And basically what it does is it takes this kind of stack of plates here, which I believe is silicon carbide, and they act within themselves and within each other or against each other, with each other, as semiconductors. And it's basically just generating power from its own kind of chemical makeup. And so these things basically could charge a battery if they wanted to. That's expensive right now, so it ain't free. There ain't no such thing as a free lunch or as free energy. But this is definitely, as the science gets better and better, it will become low cost energy because you don't need to plug it into a wall. It is the generator. And this is kind of what the proof of concept here, if you will. It's got a couple of, looks like control panels here, motherboards, and I think this is basically what takes the power that comes from here, the battery, um, or these are kind of capacitors as well. They're a technology that's new enough that it doesn't really fit into a category, but this just looks like a fuel cell stack to me. But anyway, what it does is it puts that power that it's generating, maybe a volt, like a little mini battery in your remote control, and it puts it into these little copper coils. And if you look real closely, you can see that these are actually copper coils here. Hard to see that, but we got two copper coils, and same kind of coil you would see in a transformer. So what's happening is the energy's coming up through these plates. It's going into those coils in a very, very kind of directed manner, as you can see. And then it acts on this little rotor, this little mini CD disc that is right now just spinning on its own because I haven't turned this thing on yet. Eventually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this little red clip into that little bolt right there, and it will go live. And we are live, but it will go live. I've got one viewer, that is me, as you can see. Right up here, we are watching ourselves live. And as you can see, it wants to spin a little bit already. What you're hearing right now is my iguana. That's Francesco. He's making a run for it. I don't blame him. And we've got a few little pieces of accoutrement here on the table just to kind of show you that I'm a real person. And my favorite thing we got up here, actually, if you want a little tour here, we got a really nice piece of Native American turquoise. And this turquoise is from the Lakota tribe. And the Lakota tribe they are in the Great Plains of the western part of the country. Pretty nice piece here. Also have some very nice smoky quartz here. This piece of smoky quartz actually came from Colombia, so that's pretty cool. Let me just adjust this. We got some other things up here, some musical instruments. This is a xylophone. Give it a quick play. Couple of books. Oh, I forgot to turn on the salt lamp. Of course, you got to always remember, life is good. Keep a couple of pens on you. Time check here, just to make sure we are really live. Let's see. All right. It's about 4:30. I got a couple other nice little stones here. This is a green rock. Looks like quartz. Here's another one. These are from the Czech Republic or thereabouts, Eastern Europe. Very, very beautiful stones here. Some experts refer to these as moldavite. It's kind of a his and hers type thing right here. And one of my favorites. This is Herkimer quartz. Herkimer quartz is, of course, named such because it is from Herkimer County, New York. And if you can see in there, pretty far in there, doesn't really want to come through. There's a nice little chunk of quartz in there. You can kind of see it right there. Okay. Very good. This, however, is another tiny little piece of quartz. It is called Satyaloka clear, and it is named that because Satya means sit yourself down, and Loka means or else you'll go crazy. And basically, you need to sometimes just quiet the mind and sit down and think about things or not think about things and meditate. And it's not it's not that you're sitting down, to something. You're sitting down for nothing. And this piece is unbelievable because it's really small, this piece of Satyaloka clear, but it's very, very vibratory. It is powerful. And I'm not a big stone or rock guy in the sense that I can't really feel them like some folks can, like Bob Simmons. But this one I felt and was interesting. It is from India. It is from the part of India that borders Tibet. Oops. Hello. Oh. Sorry about that. We have a wedgie. All right. Talk about a wedgie. All right. Anyway, I should just put that right back. Also have a little trinket here. This is what's called an ocarina. This, of course, is a kalimba. I had a couple other things here. These are just some sketches, hundreds of drawings in there. What else here? Oh, the singing bowl. This is a nice necklace too. It's, believe it or not, this is actually wood. This is basically fossilized wood, and it turns a very beautiful green color over time. It's from Indonesia. Francesco's like, what is going on? All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to turn this thing on. Again, we're going to do that by connecting these plates. Okay, we're going to take the plates and basically start sending power from the plates, maybe a volt or two, to these little copper coils on top. And those copper coils are going to put out a field upon which, or which upon, these magnets will begin to act. And the magnets are going to, and the magnets spinning are just an acknowledgement that yes, there's power straight from these fuel cells. And again, these things could run, who knows how long these things could run. We'll find out. I'm going to turn it on right now, and we'll post an update at some point. But I'm going for at least to 2020. And again, not a ton of power, about the same type of power you get a mini, AAA battery. But the thing is, it runs hypothetically a very, very long time, which is, that's the power of a fuel cell. Now, obviously, this is way, way, way more expensive than a AAA battery. So let's be clear, there's no free energy happening here. This is just hopefully what will be the start of quote-unquote low-cost energy. And this is just a proof of concept. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little thing here, all right, and I'm going to plug it in. Let's see if I can plug that in. All right, looks like it's in there. Tighten it up. Okay, so it's live, and they've instructed us to spin this counterclockwise. So I'm going to give it a little spin, and it looks like it's going. And then I'm going to just set it down. We got movement here. And I'm going to set it down. And I don't know if you can see from there, it's still going. And light a little candle. Not spinning very fast. Not spinning very fast, but it is spinning. And I'm sure you can see that. You can, from where you are, that it is spinning. And I can't tell if it's slowing down, but it does seem to be spinning. What do you think? Francesco investigate there. Spinning pretty slowly. But again, it is spinning. Francesco's blocking our view. I think he knows he's the center of attention. Let's move it a little closer. All right. Still spinning. Now, it's spinning about as slow as a thing could spin. But what it's doing is it's taking current from these silicon carbide semiconducting battery capacitant fuel cell plates. And it's sending that, you can see with this little red wire, it's sending that up into these motherboards, these circuit boards here, which is basically putting it into a manner that these coils like. It's kind of converting it or transcribing it or doing something to it. And what's happening is then these two copper coils are acting as transformers or acting as some type of kind of transmitter, and they're putting out that electric power into basically, I'm going to take these away so he doesn't eat them, into basically a electric field. And the magnets are moving in that electric field counterclockwise. You could probably set it up either way. And that's what we got going here. And so the magnets and the coils are kind of just to show you what it looks like when it's running. But the magic, as far as I can tell, is happening in these fuel cell plates, these silicon carbide plates that are basically, as one plate goes to the next, stacking that energy and sending the energy through the coils out onto the magnets and making the magnets spin. Not free energy. This was very, very expensive. This was way more expensive than a AAA battery, and that's the power you're getting out of this is a AAA battery. A AAA battery could do this. Now the question is, how long could a AAA battery do this? And that's where we start getting into maybe some low-cost energy. So we'll see. Gonna light the candle here. You know, say a little prayer to the technology gods that they've given us this technology. Again, this is Quanta Magnetics. Quanta Magnetics has a great website. They're selling some far more sophisticated products than this. But this is their kind of entry-level proof of concept item. And if this thing can run for a year, okay, then it is maybe cheaper than a AAA battery. So that's just what happens. Technology advances. And again, this thing is on the video, it looks like it's spinning really fast. But in real life, this thing is moving like a snail. And again, part of the reason is it's trying to kind of match the input. So the output is this magnetic wheel spinning under the electric polarized fields from the coil. The input, again, is the silicon carbide fuel cell semiconductor stack. And so, pretty neat. I've got a friend who will come by and take a look at this, an engineering type who could really tell me a little more what's going on and also just kind of witness how long this thing goes with me, because I'm certainly just going to put it away. And I think it likes being warm because I think it likes being on the heat of my hand, but I'm going to just put it on the shelf, and I'm going to say la vie, as they say. We got a couple of nice books here. I don't know if you saw these books. Uh, the Sign and the Seal, written by Graham Hancock. And then, of course, we've got the complete English, Old English Psalms. Let's see if I can show you that. I'm not religious, but I like a good poem or a good psalm. And yeah. Also got the bonsai plant. Really nice here. And a bracelet. I believe this is from Peru. Oh, and a couple of apples. How about them apples? And you'll also notice that the laptop is sitting on some bright pink tape. It's not a hazard, but you got to be careful with digital technology these days. It'll suck you in, and it will spit you back out. It's funny, this lamp is coming through super duper bright, but it's really not that bright in real life. But anyway, that's us. We're live here. We're sitting here just looking at this mini PowerCell from Quantum Magnetics. And hope everybody enjoyed and wish everybody the best. And thanks so much for watching. I'm still running here again. It's been a few minutes now. Hopefully it will be a few hours and then a few days. And so basically this is, you're looking at a very, very expensive high-tech apparatus. And it's the cells, it's the stack that's the most interesting part of this. It's not the magnets or the coils. But what's cool is these cells are not quite a battery, they're more of a battery charger. So they are capacitant, and they are a fuel cell. So they generate current, and that current you can see in the disc that's spinning. But if this lasts a super, super long time, I'm going to have to say to myself, okay, how expensive would it be for me to run this with AAA batteries for 1 year? Let's say. And then I'll say, how expensive was this? And we'll see which is cheaper. But that's tech. And the gentleman who's behind Quantum Magnetics has made devices that are significantly smaller than this, that are themselves about the size of a AAA battery. So imagine putting one of these charging devices, one of these electrical output devices, slap it onto a couple batteries. So then what you've done is you never need to buy batteries again, because it will keep them charged up. So it's pretty powerful stuff here, and these fuel cells are not cheap. These are very, very expensive. But, you know, if people really start investing in this and paying attention to it, definitely has the potential to be a major, major game changer. Because you could basically ship an automobile with some type of device like this in it, and you wouldn't have to go to the gas station anymore. So pretty exciting. Again, I don't really want to flip this upside down, but let's do this. There we go. You can kind of see it in action here. Again, you can tell a little bit more in this way that it's not spinning terribly fast, but it is indeed spinning. And again, here we've got a nice piece of turquoise, Native American turquoise from the Lakota people of the Great Plains. And then we have a couple pieces here of these nice green stones. These stones are from Eastern Europe, Czech Republic area. And this is some smoky quartz from Colombia. The ocarina whistle. And the Herkimer quartz with some Satyaloka clear quartz from India. And my favorite living thing of all time, Francesco. How you doing, C? Okay. But yeah, that's what we got for you today. Appreciate the time. Appreciate everybody's interest. And if you care about this kind of stuff, if it's in your heart to pursue what's probably cleaner tech, to the best of my knowledge, this technology is pretty clean. I think you could pretty much, rest assured that nothing's being harmed in the environment by this, which is nice. Pretty cool stuff. We are spinning along here. It's been a few minutes, and I'll make another post if it's getting much longer than that. Oh, I almost forgot. We also have some very nice bumblebee jasper here. Beautiful, beautiful rock here. Looks kind of like a sunrise there. But yep, it's time. It's almost 5 o'clock, which means I'm going to have some pizza for dinner. And again, thanks so much to Quanta Magnetics. Super exciting development going on by that company. This is their mini PowerCell. And again, the cool tech here, aside from those 2 copper coils in their control panels and the spinning magnetic disc, is those silicon carbide fuel cell plates. Again, in and of themselves, generating just a little bit of current, a little bit of voltage. Really cool stuff. And apparently they just do this output for as long as they run. So, my beard might be a little longer in 2020, but that remains to be seen. Sorry if this has gotten flipped upside down a little bit. Let's see here. All right. Trying to get this a little more level here. Okay. Look at that. There we go. Spinning right along. All right. Pretty neat. And yeah, one small step for Francesco, and one giant leap for technology and science. It's been a pleasure hosting, and we'll speak to you all next time.